And we're recording.
How many times have each of us had macaroni and cheese and we thought, oh God, I don't want that box stuff again? Well, never again do you have to have that box stuff and settle for it. Today I'm going to teach you how to make homemade macaroni and cheese as a side dish or with the addition of one item as a meal. Now you're probably all thinking, well, what do I need for homemade macaroni and cheese? Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that most of what you need for homemade macaroni and cheese you already have in your house. First off, you need a large pan to boil your water and your noodles in. You need some salt. This is an optional item. I like to put it in the water. It gives flavor to the noodles. You need a strainer. This helps to get rid of all your water and get the noodles all set up. And of course, you need butter. This keeps your cheese from getting all sticky and gross. You need milk, which I use 1% because it's better for you. And then, of course, you need your macaroni noodles, which elbows or shells tend to work best. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready. What you need to do is, if you're going to add it as a meal, and you want to use bacon or tuna or whatever it is you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and use bacon. You can either use the pre-cooked strips and just cut it up, put it in there, or you can use the real bacon bits, which is what I'm going to use today. Now, first off, we're going to go ahead and get this started as a side dish. We need to get our noodles, which I think mine are about done, so I'm going to go ahead and get these strained. We're going to go ahead and strain our noodles. Now, it's very important that you make sure you get all the water out of your noodles. This helps to keep them from getting gross when you do the macaroni. You can either put your macaroni noodles in a separate pan, or you can put them back in this pan that you just cooked in. I'm going to go ahead and put mine in a separate pan since I'm cooking such a large amount. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and add our butter to our noodles. You just need enough butter that's going to cover your noodles and keep the cheese from sticking to each other and becoming a mess. Okay, now with our cheese, what we're going to do is we're going to add our cheese a handful at a time. I usually add about 2. So once your cheese gets to where it's really not melting with your noodles, you can just go ahead and add a splash of milk. This helps to make your macaroni and cheese real stringy. The amount of cheese that you use for your macaroni and cheese is going to really depend on how cheesy you like your macaroni. My audience, I know, likes the cheese to be really cheesy, so I'm going to go ahead and just add a lot of cheese to it and make it nice and cheesy. Add a little more cheese in there. Okay. Now, as we can see, my macaroni and cheese is not really melting together very well anymore, so we're going to add a little milk. You just add a little milk at a time and keep stirring and adding more cheese as you go, if so desired. And you just keep adding your milk if needed. Macaroni is getting pretty cheesy now. So, it doesn't look like I'm going to be using all my macaroni and cheese here, so. Alright, so now we have our macaroni and cheese as a side dish done. So now, in order to make this a meal, all we need to do is we need to add our item, which I'm using bacon, like I said. And I'm going to go ahead and use the bacon bits. If you're going to use the strips of bacon, put them in the microwave for about a minute until crispy. And then just chop them into little pieces and add them to your macaroni. These you don't have to do anything to, so I'm just going to go ahead and add them. You add as much as you'd like. I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some on top. Mix it all together. Okay, add a little bit bit more of that. Okay, now you have made your homemade macaroni and cheese as a meal. This is quick, easy, and most kids will eat it. Alright, so now that we've seen that you don't have to settle for the nasty box macaroni and cheese all the time, all you have to do is have a little know-how and a little experimentation, and you can make a quick, easy, tasty treat that's either a side dish or a meal. So go ahead and go out there and make you some macaroni and cheese and enjoy.